a note here. Given that given that 0 minus 4 lies on the straight line, given that this lies on the straight line 2x minus y minus 4 equal to 0, the following is true. How? Left hand side, you take the left hand side. Okay, left hand side is 2x minus y minus 4 of this equation, left hand side of this equation, and you put the coordinates 2 into 0, put x is equal to 0 and y is equal to minus 4. You see that you get 4 minus 4, which is 0. What you're getting is RHS equal to, and the RHS you're getting left hand side is equal to 0 on putting the coordinates on the left hand side, and you also see that the right hand side is 0. Okay, so hence we say that 0 minus 4 satisfies 2x minus y minus 4 equal to 0. Okay, so suppose this is note number 1. Suppose if I give you, let x1 y1, or let's say AB, let AB be a point on the line. Let AB be a point on the line 2x minus y minus 4 equal to 0. Then what can we say? Therefore, the this AB must satisfy the equation of the straight line. Therefore, we can say put x is equal to A and y is equal to B. That means we can say that 2A minus B minus 4 must be equal to 0. That is what you must remember. Okay. So any coordinate that lies on a straight line will always satisfy the equation of the straight line. And what do we mean by satisfying? This is what we mean by satisfying. Put x is equal to the abscissa and y is equal to the ordinate of the point, and the relation that you get will be your um, is the way in which you show that this point satisfies the equation of the straight line. We move on to the next standard form now.
Good morning.
We move on to the next standard form, that is point slope form. Point slope form. See, before moving on to the points, there's another thing that which I would like to mention, that any straight line requires a combination of the following to determine any, in fact, say to determine any equation of a straight line. To determine the equation of a straight line, any of a combination of the following are required. And what are the things that are required? Either you know a point on a straight line, a point on a straight line, or you know the slope of a straight line, and or in fact slope of the line, intercept, or you can know either one intercept or both the intercepts. Intercept made by the line on the axis. Okay, so either of these parameters, either of these things, in fact, if you know, that is, suppose if you know a point on a straight line and a slope and the slope of the straight line, then you can determine the equation of a straight line. Suppose you know the slope of a straight line and you know the intercepts, then also you can determine the equation of a straight line. Okay, but how? That will be that will be shown in the next standard form. The next standard form here is the next standard form is um, point slope form. Point slope form. What do you mean by point slope form? If xy be any point on the straight line, if xy be any point on a straight line and its slope be m, then its equation is its equation can be written as its equation can be written as y is equal to mx plus c. Sorry, y is equal to y minus, if not xy, if x1 y1, let's say. If you know x1 y1 to be a point on a straight line, and if m be the slope of the line, eh, then the equation of the straight line can be written as y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. Let's see an example from this using the standard. Please remember the standard form. Okay, y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. Okay, let's see an example here. This one, number 14. Look at number 14. The question here is, find the equation of a straight line passing through the point minus 1, 2. Find the equation of a straight line. Let's say number 14. Find the equation of a straight line passing through the point minus 1, 2, and the slope is 2 by 5. So given point is, this straight line passes through which point? Minus 1, 2. This point is given. So that means if you have a straight line, let me draw the axis a little better. This kind of a line. And minus 1, 2, this is only for your understanding. Okay. So minus 1, 2 will be somewhere, say, over here. This straight line passes through the point minus 1, 2. So, so this is the kind of straight line that we shall have. It passes through this point. Okay. Or why did only this way? It can be this way also. Okay. It can be this way also. Which way I don't know. But it definitely I know that this is a point on this straight line. So minus 1, 2 is a point. And what else I know? Where the slope of the straight line is Also, slope is given to be 2 by 5. Okay. So whichever this line is, what do you mean by slope? In the tan of the inclination, but we don't require tan here. Okay. So but what we know is we know the slope and we know a point. Okay. So we shall use a point slope form. How shall we use? Take this as x1, y1, and this m is given to you. So what is the form that we are going to use? Y minus y1 equal to m x minus x1. This is the equation of a straight line. This is the equation of the straight line. Therefore, the equation of the straight line, is this. And now put the values. Y minus y1 is 2, m is 2 by 5, and x1 is minus 1. Okay, this. So this is your equation of the straight line. And we just simplify this a little. Now cross multiply. 5y minus 10 is equal to 2x plus 2. And you take x and y together on one side and the constant on the other side, you get 2x minus 5y is equal to minus 12. This is the equation of the straight line. Okay, this is how we write the equation. This is normally the form that is given to you. Okay, now this is actually called the general form. I'll come to this form a little later. This is called the general form of equation of a straight line. Okay, once I discuss the standard form, I will come to this form later. But remember, whenever you are writing the equation of the straight line, you will remember in this form. You will write it in this form. That is x and y on one side and the constant on the other side, or x or everything on one side and 0 on the other side. Okay, I'll just show you after this. So this is how we use the point slope form. Next, what we uh, next standard form here is the slope intercept form. Slope intercept form. What do you mean by slope intercept form? If you know the slope of a straight line, okay, and if you know the y-intercept, not the x-intercept, if you know the y-intercept and c be its y-intercept, then the equation of a straight line is y equal to mx plus c. Remember the form, please. Very, very important form. Y is equal to mx plus c, where c is the y-intercept and m is the slope of a straight line. Let us see one problem here as an example from slope intercept form. Number 7. Say number 7, part 4. Find the slope and y-intercept. Okay, fine. Not slope. Let us write the equation first. Okay, this is number 6 then. 6, 4. Find the equation of a straight line whose inclination is 30 degree and y-intercept is 2. So given inclination Inclination with means what? Inclination with which axis? Inclination with the x-axis. Inclination is equal to 30 degree, and y-intercept c is equal to 2. Okay, remember intercept whenever they are given with the sign. So here we have a positive intercept. Okay, so inclination is 30 degree, and you know that what is inclination? If you take the tan of the inclination, what will you get? Yes, anyone? If you take the tan of the inclination, what will you get?
1 by root 3.
But what is it? What is 1 by root 3? What is it called? We call it the slope or gradient. What is the slope of the straight line? Slope m is equal to tan 30, which is 1 by root 3. This 1 by root 3 is called the slope of the straight line. Okay, and how do we write the equation? Because we know the slope of a straight line and because we know the y-intercept, we can write the equation of the straight line as y is equal to mx plus c. Hence, required equation of the straight line is y is equal to mx plus c. And you put the values here. Y is equal to m is 1 by root 3 and c is 2. So this is the equation of the straight line. We just simplify this a little so that it is in our required form. We take the LCM. LCM here is root 3. You get x plus 2 root 3. That means you get y root 3 is equal to x plus 2 root 3. Now you take x and y on one side, x plus y root 3, and you can take the constant also on the one side. Okay, x plus this should be plus, this sign should be plus sign, and this sign should be a minus sign. This should be a minus sign, this sign should be a plus sign because we are taking this side. So therefore the sign of y changes. Okay, so this is how we use the slope intercept form. And the last form, also an important form, is the 2-point form. 2-point form. Now, if you know 2 points on a straight line, you can write the equation of the straight line using the 2-point form. So I say let x1 y1 and x2 y2 be any 2 points given on a straight line. Given on a straight line. Therefore, equation of the straight line is, and the 2-point form is y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. This is what you must remember. Okay, you can remember in any form you want. In the book, they must have given y minus y1 into x2 minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 into x minus x1. But this is the most standard way to remember a 2-point form. Okay, so y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. Okay, next, not a standard form, but the general form of equation of a straight line. General form. Now, before going to general form, I would like to discuss another thing. That is slope of a straight line if any 2 points are given. If any 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2 are given, are points on it, let's say, are points on it. Okay. So if x1 y1 x2 y2 be any 2 points on a given straight line, then can we find out the slope? Till now, what we have defined the slope as? Till now, we have defined the slope as the tan of the inclination, right? If you know the inclination, only then you can find out the slope. No, if you know 2 points on the straight line, then also you can determine the slope. You necessarily don't need the inclination. Okay. And what is the formula for this? That if x1 y1 and x2 y2 be any 2 points on the straight line, then the slope m of the straight line is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Understood? This is the slope of a straight line. So if I tell you, find the slope of a straight line joining the points minus 2, 3 and 1 minus 4. What is the slope of the straight line joining these 2 points? So you know 2 points on the straight line. Compare it with x1, y1. So what is x1, y1 here? Minus 2, 3. What is x2, y2? Is 1 minus 4. Okay. Once you get the values of x1, y1, x2, y2, therefore what is the slope? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Put the values. Y2 is 1 minus of minus 2 by x2, 1 minus of y1 is minus 2 and x2 is y2 is minus 4. Sorry, this is minus 4. Y2 minus y1, y1 is 3. Rewrite once again. Y1, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. That's what. So this is minus 7 by 1 plus 2 is minus 7 by 3. So this is the slope of the straight line. Since you knew 2 points on the straight line, these 2 points you knew, therefore you were able to find out the slope with the help of this formula. So another note that you must make is, once you know the formula for slope, you can move from your point slope form to your 2 point form. So note here that the point slope form is what? Your point slope form is y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1, right? And what is your 2 point form? 2 point form is y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. This is your 2 point form. So if you compare these two, you see that this m here is nothing but this part. So here, what is the slope? We are getting the formula for slope, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So this relation for slope actually gives you a relation between point slope form and 2 point form. So that is why I was saying 2 point form is easier to remember this way, because you will be remembering your point slope form in this manner. And if you know the formula for slope, you can write the 2 point form in this manner. That is why I was saying. Okay. So that is what This is, and let us just for a 2 point form. I haven't worked out any problem, so just one problem on 2 point form, and that will finish with your theory part of straight lines. Let's see if I have a problem here. Yes. Let us do it. Do a problem on my. I'll give you a problem on my own. I don't see any straightforward problem here from 2 point form. Question is, find the equation of a straight line. Find the equation of a straight line of a straight line having x-intercept -4 and y-intercept +3. Let's say plus -4 units and y-intercept +3 units. Let's see. So if the line has x-intercept -4, what does the line look like? The line will look something like this. X-intercept is -4, x-intercept is positive, y-intercept is negative. Sorry, that straight line will look, since x-intercept is positive, negative, and y-intercept is positive, so this line will look something like this. Yes, this way. Something like this it will look like. Okay, let me just extend this. It will look like this. So what is the point here? The point here is this distance is your x-intercept. So what is the x-intercept given? -4. So that means this straight line must pass through -4, 0. So if I call this point A, its coordinate is -4, 0. And what is the y-intercept? Y-intercept is +3 units. Therefore, it must pass through this point. Therefore, 0 minus 0 plus 3. Okay. The straight line passes through. You can write the straight line passes through -4, 0 and 0, 3. Hence, equation of the straight line is, now use 2 point form. Take this as your x1 y1. Take this as your x2 y2. Hence, equation of the straight line is y minus y1 is 0, y2 is 3, y1 is 0, by x2 is 0, x1 is -4 into x minus x1 is -4. This is the equation of the straight line. Now just simplify, you'll get y is equal to 3 by 4 into x plus 4. That means y is equal to thrice x plus 4 by 4. Now you cross multiply, 4y is equal to thrice x plus 4. That means 4y is equal to 3x plus 12. You take everything on x and y and the constant on one side. That is, if I take 4y on this side, I will get 3x minus 4y plus 12 is equal to 0. This is the your required equation. That is, equation of this line is what? 3x minus 4y plus 12 equal to 0. Very important example. Please go through this example. The only thing that is left here to discuss with you, which I will discuss in the next class, is just a small concept of general equation of a straight line. general equation of a straight line. Always, whenever we write as the equation of a straight line, we always write it in the general form. And from general form, we can in fact convert to any standard form. Okay, which we don't require at this stage, conversion of general form. You just have to, only one conversion is required. That is, in order to find if the equation of a straight line is given, and if in the general form, and if you want to find out the slope of the straight line, then you have to convert to your slope intercept form. That is the only conversion that you need to know. So this I will show you in the next class. That is, from the general equation, how to, if the equation is given in the general form, first of all I will show you what the general form is, and from the general form, how do you write it in the slope intercept form, so that from a given equation you can determine the slope of the straight line. Okay, so I stop here for today.